Literally the second I got off live last night, one of the biggest internet beefs in recent history came to a head, and that is between Sneako, the biggest cuck on the internet, and moistcritikal Florida man Jesus. So it all started when Sneako sent out his tweet, "Pattern recognition. This collage is everyone who advocated for my cancellation. Fight back and follow my rumble." So he does this very often where he'll tweet out like, "You gross soy boy lefty," whatever, and try to use that they have a lot of haters like Hassan, Noah, Ethan. A lot of them have huge groups of people that just hate them on the internet. And so he'll use that to try and market his Rumble account. But for whatever reason, moistcritikal, one of my faves, decided that he had had enough of this bum speaking on his name. He quote tweets it with, "Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending CP. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck." And that ended up with almost 356,000 likes compared to the almost 4,000 that Sneako got. A pretty thorough ratio, if you ask me, and also a pretty thorough smackdown on the BS that Sneako is spewing. But Sneako, being the sad, pathetic loser that he is, had not had enough public humiliation for the night and decided to keep going. Soy keyboard warrior at moistcritikal. We all knew he wouldn't accept a fight. Lil bro is 5'3", pasty gaming manlet. Have some empathy. What matters is how the most influential commentators have no specific beliefs. That is just so ironic coming from him. They never get canceled. They just talk. Why do you listen? This is another thing that like red pill manosphere commentators love to point to. They're like, I'm constantly getting canceled. That means I'm right. When I say that women belong in the kitchen and should shut up, people say that's wrong. So that means I'm right. It's like such a weird, I guess if you have so few brain cells to fall succumb to the red pill pipeline, then I guess that makes sense. So Sneako replies to that earlier tweet, "You know in your soul you would never say that to my face." Charlie again going for another grand slam in his second at bat. "You literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who defends CP." All of these things, true. Can't say I deny it. The craziest part about this is this entire situation between Sneako and moistcritikal started because moistcritikal made a video making fun of Tweedledee and Tweedledum, aka Fresh and Fit. If you think Sneako's bad, there are even bigger goobers than him. He made a video making fun of him, but because Sneako is a real alpha male, he had to have his boys back and somehow started a beef with moistcritikal over him claiming that Fresh and Fit are a couple of goofballs. Sneako still doubling and tripling down. This man just does not learn his lesson. You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. Got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection. In his DM, he just farms his response from his Discord community, which is lame. He can't even think of a witty comeback himself. Again, these guys are not really who they claim to be. He's just doing this because Andrew Tate going to prison for human trafficking, Rip Bozo, left a power vacuum on the internet, and I guess Sneako decided that if there was going to be a racially ambiguous head misogynist, it might as well be him. Literally, this is what happened. Like right after I got off stream, I saw that this video had been uploaded, and I'm kind of mad that I couldn't just react to it live on stream, but you know, I got to get my beauty sleep. Obviously not working, but we'll keep trying anyways. Charlie just went full scorched earth. I think this is over for Sneako. I'm just going to be honest.
Hey Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com.
So again, like you've seen, this has been going on for literally 3 months. I don't think Charlie has responded a single time until now. For good reason. Sneako is just someone who's obviously just trying to farm outrage off of people to grow his audience. Engaging with him, for the most part, is usually a bad idea because all that's going to happen is he's just going to bring you down to his level. But if you can thoroughly dismantle everything he stands for and believes in this easily, as moistcritikal did here, I say go for it, because this was a smacking to the point where I don't know if the public sphere is going to ever, not that they took Sneako seriously in the first place, but are ever going to take him seriously ever again after this.
Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that. for some reason. Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird.
So yeah, like Sneako is doing that same thing. He's literally just doing the Andrew Tate playbook. I can't stress this enough. How anytime someone had a gotcha on Andrew Tate or caught him in a lie, he would just be like, oh, I'll fight you then. How about we fight? How about that? Let's see who's a real man by fighting, because we're in 5th grade apparently. Because yeah, Andrew Tate is like a 6'4" former professional kickboxer. Yeah, he could probably beat most people in a fight. That doesn't change the fact that you're dead wrong, that you are loud and wrong. Being able to beat someone in a fight, this is like, remember how in like 5th grade, the cool person was decided on who won a race? Yeah, that doesn't make you actually cool. You're just the fastest person. Sorry you got held back 2 grades, Steven, and you can beat us all in a foot race. That doesn't change anything. Sneako is doing that thing where he tells people, hey, this guy is wrong because he's scared to fight me, because of course he wants to fight Most Critical, who is a short king. Nothing wrong with that. I think he's like 5'7", he says, which he admits to this. This is the thing. There's no shame in being like, yeah, you could probably beat me in a fight. What does that change about what I said? But then there's people who want to fight Sneako, who have accepted his fight and are like actually the same size as him and trained fighters. And of course, Sneako just runs and hides because he's not really about that life. He just plays that guy on the internet.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
So there it is. Brandon Buckingham, who is also a fighter, has agreed to fight Sneako, but now the whole fight, now that it's not someone who's like half his size, the whole fighting equals I'm right thing doesn't count. He just wants to sit inside and not risk his manhood being humiliated even more than it already is on Twitter. Like, these guys are all so fake. They're such hypocrites, and somehow their audiences just don't see it. On top of being too scared to actually fight someone his own size, Sneako's also trying to play it off as he is this, cool macho guy. I take a shot every time I say Andrew Tate, but he's literally just doing an Andrew Tate cosplay at this point. He's trying to smoke the cigars, talk about guns, but unfortunately for him, this is his first time ever touching a cigar or a firearm, so he looks like a kid trying to play dress up in his dad's clothes.
The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You want to watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, as someone who is from the suburbs and had hood dreams as a child as well, I understand what's going on through Sneako here. He's just like a normal, regular dude who wants to appear cool because, let's just be honest, like, it's incredibly lame to be from the suburbs. But at the same time, I get it. Like, I still have my Eminem CDs, but that's about it for me. He is still trying to play dress up and pretend like he's some kind of like mafia boss or something. But instead, he just looks like a doof because everyone can see through this facade. Like I said, this is the first time he's ever touched a firearm in his life, and I'm gonna let Charlie explain why this is so obvious to tell, because he does a fantastic job, because of course Florida Jesus is an expert on guns too.
And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile, you absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips. You look fucking stupid here.
This is what I'm saying. Like, just be yourself. It's not that hard, right? You could just be the person who you actually are. And in that case, you wouldn't have to, one, pretend to be something you're not, and two, be this easily dismantled by someone who knows how fake you are being at all times. The reason he's calling them clips is because, one, it's like semantics kind of. The clip is what the bullets are on. You slide that into the magazine. It's full. You put it in the gun. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not even a gun expert. I'm just from the South, so I know these things. But he's calling it clips because Charlie had told him to go watch his clips. He was so done and not interested in going back and forth and giving Sneako any free clout. They just told him to go watch the clips. And so Sneako's response was to make a fool of himself and prove that his entire facade is just that. He has no idea what he's talking about anything. He's not like this tough, rugged gun expert that smokes cigars and like does all this stuff. The one thing that separates all the fake guys that have popped up and Andrew Tate is, I think Andrew Tate is actually crazy enough to believe that he's like some James Bond villain because he's just a psychopath. These guys are just pretending to be a psychopath and they just look like doofuses doing it. Like they're such goobers. Like look at this. This is clearly someone who's holding a gun for the first time. If you told me this was a scene from like Atlanta where they found a kid from the suburbs to be a rapper, I would 100% believe it because that's what he looks like. This looks like a comedy sketch of someone trying to be tough, and it just comes off as lame and insecure. And then when has someone who actually knows about guns completely dunks on you like that, you just look like a fool. So this is about pretty much all that has happened so far. I am going to bed because I'm tired now. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. I will be live again tonight on Twitch, so hope to see you all there. This was fun. I wish I could have done this live, honestly. I just am old and washed and have a job. But yeah, thanks for watching, and don't be a dork. Okay, bye.